He's there, in the distance, hiding. After months of hearing about the Wanderer from others on the island, he is finally here for us to see him. But the Wanderer isn't the only worry on the island. There are a few characters that are threatening the island. One of them is inside the bunker that has finally opened. And now we get to see who or what was inside. And even Freddy Fazbear might be coming. If you pay close attention and listen, you will hear some very creepy music. This music almost makes you feel like you're being watched. The Wanderer will begin spawning in, watching us from a distance. But when we notice him and get closer, he will vanish. There is some huge information about the Wanderer that we haven't picked up on yet. Meg not only mentioned him, but gave us some vital information about discovering who the Wanderer might actually be. There are voice lines that Meg have that says, "Don't bother the Wanderer. He has important matters to resolve on the island, and don't try to peek under the hood to see his face. It is a vision beyond what your puny minds could comprehend. He never lets me see his face either." There are many hints to who the Wanderer could be. Some believe that it is the Shapeless Man, someone with a face that no one can comprehend and he just floats there. He is shapeless, and fits the description that Rift Warden Stellan gave us in Chapter 4.
I cannot sleep. The Shapeless Man's gaze burns into me.
The tricky part is that some believe the Shapeless Man to be Geno, and some believe him to be the Nothing. Both fit the description. Adding on to the Geno theory, if Meg actually is Gunner, that would mean that this would be his second time working with Geno. Something interesting to note that was pointed out by Restro, if you compare the body size of the Foundation to the body size of the Wanderer, they match up perfectly. I'm not saying that's who it is, but regardless, it is a decently muscular person. But we have much more to talk about today, and don't forget that Five Nights at Freddy's might be coming to the game somehow. Hope could be possibly turning evil, and the bunker has finally opened. Hope and Jones have been working together still. Currently, they are looking for these strange gems so that they can find Pandora's box. But with Jones seeing what happened to Valeria, he warned Hope that when dealing with this kind of stuff, make sure not to get lost in it, as that is what happened to Jones with the 0 points. Hope shrugs it off though, but this might be vital to the rest of the storyline. If Hope isn't careful, we could see her turn to the dark side like her sister Valeria. And there is even more to this. In the recent voice lines, Hope tells us that each time she comes near these gems, she has a strange feeling, and she gets headaches and visions.
Scar seems to think you're cool, and she's willing to trade the gem. Bring that gem to me. We should talk.
The next gem is with a situation named Peabody.
You got the gem. Just one left. And it's with him. Megalodon. Something about being around these gems. It makes me feel, I don't know, nauseous, but in a good way. And this headache. And the visions. Don't tell Jones. I don't want him to worry. And we're so close to getting the good ending here. I'll be in touch.
This is weird. There seems to be a strange connection to Hope's family and Pandora's box. The same thing happened with Valeria. Let's hope that Hope doesn't take the same path as Valeria. We managed to collect every gem left besides one, and this last gem is with Megalodon. This isn't going to be an easy fight. Meg is clearly our enemy here, and I have a feeling he won't give it over to us. But who knows what will happen if the wrong person finds Pandora's box again. Cerberus was teasing something at the beginning of the season, and we just now got confirmation of what it was. Don't forget that we found out what was in the bunker, but we'll tell you after this. He kept calling the person Queen, and that they would come on a summer wind, and many players realized that it fit the description of Persephone, or Persephone, I have no idea how to pronounce her name, the Queen of the Underworld. And that guess would actually be correct, because she just arrived on the island. You can get her outfit in the crew pack. But finally, the bunker. And actually, players have found another bunker within this update. But I'll explain who was in this bunker first. The bunker has been revealed and no one expected what was inside. Before the bunker was opened, some players realized that there were scratch marks on the floor nearby, as if somebody struggled while being put inside. But who could make these scratches? Wolverine maybe? But Wolverine was exactly right. In fact, Weapon X. He was trapped inside of one of these tubes, but if you pay attention, there are 2 tubes. So who was in the other one? Well, one of them has a banana in it. And assuming that this is teasing who was inside, it might have been Wolverine Peely. Okay, I don't know about that one, but something crazy was teased with Wolverine's return. In his promo image, we can see a character that has been missing for years. Subscribe before I tell you, the Imagined. If you didn't know, the Imagined was a part of the 7, and in the comics, she kinda had a little thing going on with Wolverine. But that isn't what's important. What is important is that they mentioned these comics. The Imagined died fighting her father, Geno. But seeing her in game almost seems to be hinting at the return of Geno, maybe being the Wanderer. Now for the new bunker that was found. In the new Reload game mode, players have found an IO bunker hidden underneath tilted towers. This is really weird. Does the IO still exist? And this also isn't the only place that have IO bunkers. They have also found some in LEGO. Just like how players found that Five Nights at Freddy's might be coming to Fortnite. Leakers have found every single update day, and one of these days was August 6th. But on the other end of gaming, the Five Nights at Freddy's community is getting really excited because there is a 10-year anniversary for Five Nights at Freddy's. And they actually announced that they would be doing a bunch of different things for each of these days. And on August 6th, there was a mysterious collaboration. Everybody started thinking, maybe this is for Fortnite. And this would be actually amazing. Imagine running around as Freddy Fazbear, cranking 90s. Players have also noticed that there is a strange fog in the center of the island. This lake has begun drying up, and now there is a bunch of fog. It's a little bit creepy. It makes me wonder if this is where the Wanderer will spawn. But I think I figured out what it's for. If you look underneath the water, there are a bunch of different ships peeking out. This is probably for the Pirates of the Caribbean collaboration. Maybe these ships will come out of the ground somehow. Fortnite seems to be caring a lot more about the storyline recently, even bringing up old memories that we used to have, such as the 0 Point and the comics. It kinda gives me hope about the storyline again. Speaking of, if you guys want to watch more about the storyline, the whole Chapter 5 storyline so far explained is on the left side of the screen, and YouTube thinks you'll like the video on the right. Whichever seems more interesting, click on. Use code PBJ.